every other sector of the mix of a nation or a country, economy being part of it. Now, insecurity sector, it can bring about public infrastructure right there, as well as the health, sector as well. I mean, education might just become a comatose when insecurity is failing. But then this morning, one of the cardinal areas is what we'll be looking into. Not mistaken, the day before yesterday or yesterday, Omo Efe, my very, very erudite colleague, indeed brought matters of the economy to you. But yes, we cannot stop the economy to you, especially where you say economy. The economy is a means of purchase power itself, in value of what the legal tender can get you. You're talking about entrepreneurs sprouting here and there, having the full support, create an enabling environment where there is not rivalry, but health, as they call competitiveness. But do we really have that these days? I mean, had such going on. Would we need a policy that would channel our minds to the need to buy Nigeria, where, of course, this administration brought about the Nigeria First policy? Buy Nigeria. Manufacture in Nigeria, but do we have manufacturing industries? Let the clothings come from Nigeria. How many textile industries do we have? Well, my name is Udwak Daniel. I'm not going to bore you. We're looking into the economy. The presidency defends Tinubu's economic reforms as painful, but necessary, right? So the economic reforms implemented by President Bola Tinubu's administration have been a subject of intense debate. If you didn't know, now you know. Because the removal of fuel subsidy and the floating of the Naira, these are the two key policies that have sparked controversy up until today. But if we must really understand this, for those of you that may not understand it, let's break it down. Fuel subsidy. The government spent a significant amount on fuel subsidies, which some argued was unsustainable. Hence, by removing the subsidy, the government aims to redirect funds to other sectors. But where are these funds redirected to? I mean, quite a number of us have asked that question. Oh, they said we're giving it to the state governors now. Oh, we've tripled their allowances. Oh my goodness. The state governments are having fat pockets. But the people whom they empty pockets. And then it makes the average Nigerian, the walking in the streets right there, to ask the question of, so what was the use in the first place? Now, there was also Naira Floatation. These are the two very key. The Naira's value was previously controlled. And that led to distortions in currency markets. But by floating the Naira, so if you were to ask the government the question, one of those questions would be, how will your economic, how is it impacting me? Especially when it comes to the purchase, the value in the purchase power, the value in the standard of living as it improved. But the presidency has defended President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms. Now the presidency is saying that, well, yes, you cannot remove fuel subsidy and think that it will just be, a now situation. No. No, it's a long run. When you float tonight, we are looking at long run factor. It will be Nigerian. I have personally felt the impact of the economic reforms. I mean, the removal of fuel subsidies has led to increased transportation costs. The lots of our people improve for the better. Rhetoric of hope, 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 hunger, hunger, hunger seems to be the decimal. Well, welcome aboard, Mr. Adefolari Olamilekon. You are a political economist, a communication expert, and consultant, lead research and policy analyst. Welcome to the Prog Show this morning.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. Now, good morning to all our listeners out there.
Yes. Mr. Adefolari, we've been seeing back and forth about Nigeria's economy, in general. Yeah. And we've also heard, different Nigerian economy is making progress. But in a recent development, we're seeing where the presidency has backed President Bola Tinubu's economic reforms. In fact, for the first time, some Nigerians, understandable, but it is necessary. Now, 2 years has come, and we are already on a journey to the next 2 years, or into the next 2 years. So, Adefolari, as a profound economist that you are, should we still be at the level that we are, still grappling with certain fundamentals of the Nigerian economy at this rate, even with the two fundamental reforms, which is removal of subsidy as well as the floating of the Naira?
All right, these are very fantastic intro that you are giving on the topic of today, and quite interesting, quite instructive that we are still faced with challenges that are linked for over the 6 decades of Nigerian independence from British colonial rule. That's about 63, 64, 65 years old nation after the colonial master have left. We are still grappling with so many economic.
Are you there? Okay. Well, I think there's a bit of a network challenge. Now, what am I saying? This is Nigeria, right? I mean, these things are happening, and the agencies, NCC, they're listening. They're listening. Nobody's. The presidency defended President Tinubu, described as painful but necessary. And in fact, this was as a Fenifere Pan Yoruba social political organization. Now, the presidency argues that the reforms have yielded economic gains, such as saving over $10 billion by removing fuel subsidies and to $30.1 billion. So what are the short-term and long-term implications of the economic reform? What are they? Don't we deserve some transparency in that regard, though? Well, I'll just get to hear you with our guest. Good morning.
Yeah, Mr. Odua, good morning.
Good morning to you, Honorable Edwards. Where are you calling from? All right.
It's an interesting topic.
Right.
But I relate to what is happening in this country. Okay. Mr. President, direct fair. I think the removal of fuel subsidy, it was a bold concept which all the presidential candidates were campaigning for. redirected money that's coming from removal of subsidies to something else. Have we seen any refinery owned by Nigeria, owned by the government working? Do you expect the presidency to say no? The economic system is not good. They are speaking for themselves. They can't condemn themselves. So what they said is, to me, is rubbish. People are dying on the street. People are dying. I am a street man. I know what is happening. People are dying. You are telling us that the economic system is good. Electricity is expensive. Food is expensive. Transportation is expensive. What is the way forward? No thing has been done. And you have an appointment with the president. The president gives you an appointment. And you already fail in discharging your duty. And you are coming to say you are doing well. Let others, talk about this. They should not be in the position to say the economy is working or not. Mr. President is president that listens a lot, which I commend him for that. He has been listening to us, and he should know that we are dying. The economy is poor to a point that we cannot survive again.
Right.
Thank you, and God bless you.
All right, appreciate that one. Now, that's Honorable Edwards. He says, I'm a man in the street. I'm a man of the street. I live with the people in the street. I can relate with the people in the street, right? And he says, look, based on the reality in the street, it doesn't seem as though what the presidency is saying is indeed right. But then some would come from the angle of, hey, why does it seem to be that whenever we saw the truth, we would not, because we're either protecting our principle or we are protecting our interest. And rather than protect the interest of the people, why? And then we will still see blue and call it black or call it white and still stand by it just so that we can make ourselves feel better. Why? Well, could it also mean that maybe Nigerians, you and I, are just being overworked? We're just overworking ourselves. Probably these policies are yielding interest elsewhere that we don't know. Probably, I'm saying, maybe it is yielding the due interest, is yielding the positive reforms, is yielding in view of the expectations that we have, or we believe it should, elsewhere. But we don't know that because we don't see it. I mean, they say seeing is believing, right? I'll just take this one again. We'll get back with our guest, trying to connect with him. It's not just really connecting. Okay, well, that's a miss. Right. The discourse is still on here, and we are looking at the Nigerian economy. I mean, in a recent, face-off between, the Pan-Yoruba group, that's the Afenifere right there, where they have accused this current administration of performing totally poor, or utterly poorly, rather, when it comes to economy. And they cited some of these loopholes that they've discovered with the administration's economic policies. But the presidency quickly jumped into it and said, no, you're mistaken. You're mistaken. You're mistaken. I mean, it might be painful, but yes, we're still on course. It will indeed pan out well, right? So what are the key drivers of economic reforms, and how can they be implemented effectively? One of those questions that bog my mind. Do they bog yours? Because the implication is economic reform can lead to increased economic growth and stability. Do we have that? I doubt it. But also potential hardship and poverty. Okay, maybe it's the other part that we are having as our own reality. But then looking at fuel subsidy removal now, how has the removal of fuel subsidies affected the average Nigeria's cost of living? I think these are critical questions that those who surround Mr. President in terms of the economy, to advise him on economy, the likes of Wale Adu and the rest, should be asking, should be working towards addressing. But is that the order of the day today? Is that what it is today? Now, if you talk about the Naira floatation now, ever since we floated the and risks have we not faced? Because the implication of floating the Naira is that it can attract foreign investment and boost economic growth. But also, it could also lead to currency volatility. And that's the one we see. Attracting the foreign investment, how many has it been attracted? And even if it has attracted a couple, what impact has it made? When it is common knowledge, ABC knowledge, that the real driver of the economy is the private sector. The real driver of the economy are those ones that we call the menial trades. The buckler, the restaurant woman, the hairdressing salons, the entrepreneurs, SMEs. Oh, we hear a large chunk of monies directed to it. How many people have had access to it? Hello?
Hello?
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Odua.
Oh,
I wanted
honorable.
to say something.
Yes.
When I wanted to say something. I didn't make it because of the anger in me.
I get that.
Because I am an angry man, an angry Nigerian. When I see that, I am capable to live in this country financially. But if I have to eat and I have 1 billion in my account, that means I have to share that money and give to Mr. Odua.
Right.
Who is really the best appointee of Mr. President? But they come out and tell us what they have been doing. The problem we have in this country now is that Mr. President has taken a wide decision, a bold decision. That money that's being given to governors should be channeled to refineries. That money should be channeled to the poor. That money should be channeled to another thing. Let me, as an APC member, I am condemning the entire cabinet. Does it mean they can't advise the president? Rather, we that are outside are advising the president more than them. They shouldn't say a word. Mind you, election is over by the corner. So, go to House of Reps, go to Senate. You understand people who cannot take decision for the masses. Where is the economy? Channel 2. Where everybody is suffering. If you are receiving 20,000 naira a month, can you feed yourself, clothe yourself? Do you not go and receiving 20,000 naira in Nigeria? Where can you go?
Honorable, let's yeah.
Let people do not provoke us.
I get that, Honorable. All right,
Thank you so much.
Appreciate. Well, we'll just quickly take this one. Hello, good morning.
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Talk to us, Mos.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Talking about how much they save from subsidy. Even for me, even if they save like $200 million, as far as the masses are not seeing it on ground, that one is nothing. It's just paperwork, but the reality is nothing to show up.
Right.
Do you understand? Coming to the street of Kaduna to Abuja Road, some people are trooping to like Abuja to the east, the south. See how people are trooping coming out from the north, going to that side to Hosu. Coming out from the north. It's because of the insecurity. People that can go to farm and eat on their own eyes, what they need to buy is just buy a rate or buy Maggi, and if at least you can afford fish or meat, you buy. But you cannot go to farm. What kind of government is this one?
Right, I get
so the presidency, even if they support President Bola Tinubu, they just support him because they know what they gain. We are not seeing anything. All they talk is, we call it paperwork.
Right.
Or paper talk.
It's painful, but it's necessary. They say it's painful. What the reforms, are, that it could be painful, but it's just necessary.
Oh. Thank God they even know that it's painful. They say a hungry man is an angry man. How long can we continue to endure and tell us to be patient while they live in a big life and they live shock you did. I had this security job for Abuja for many years before coming down to Kaduna.
Right.
Just 3 months, even a year, they cannot ride that car. What is the essence of getting that car? Getting no.
I get that.
Seriously, I'm not against Tinubu government. I'm not against any government. I don't see.
Okay.
You understand me?
Okay, I get that.
Somebody should eat 2 times in a day.
Right. Thank you.
You understand me?
Yeah. Thank you for that.
People actually, there are people that they cannot eat even in a day. They only fit ordinary water and drink and sleep.
I'm aware.
For
a bit right there. Yeah. I mean, Honorable Edwards Moses right there. I mean, seems to be the thoughts of the presidency as they tried there, who had come out to speak there that question. For how long? Do stay.
Your #1 radio experience. You can get Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Spend.
Yeah, that woman own don't finish.
My dear, let's go and greet
Me on I Wish I Knew radio drama and program every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM. Out of our society. I Wish to You by Mikas and funded by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Denmark.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
All efforts to get in touch with our guest again has been futile, so to speak, because the network is just very, very terrible this morning. But we're still looking at the economy right there. And we're looking at the statements from the presidency in defense of the principle now, President Bola Tinubu, as they give a response to the Afenifere group, saying that, the economic reforms may not have been very smooth, or with its rancor, it may come with its bags and baggages, it may come with different types of symptoms here and there, but hey, it could be painful, they understand that, but it will pay off at the long run, or in the long run, it will pay off. But maybe we are the ones who are projecting the Nigerian economy terribly. Maybe we are not even seeing the giant strides that Mr. President is trying to put together. But I would like y'all to listen to this publication by a media agency from outside the shores of Nigeria. And you tell me if they are wrong about what and how they have perceived Mr. President's 2 years administration so far, or 2 years leadership so far, especially when it comes to the issue on ground, inclusive of the economy.
And ask yourself, are you better off than you were 702 days ago? Because it has been 702 days since Bola Tinubu rigged his way into power, not to lead, but to destroy.
Wow. Okay, now that is a bit of a problem. No. But yeah, now I really want to play that part because that might be a misrepresentation of. I mean, we see it from one end, community see it from another end. Yeah? But could it also mean that they're painting us terrible this time? We are not sure of what is going on in the country. But, I mean, there's parts where they mentioned the issue of the economy itself. And one question that I feel that we should be able to ask ourselves most of the time. It's not about who is destroying, who is making. Destroying, who is making. The question should be about, have I been empowered economically? Have I been empowered economically? Have I been encouraged to the economy of my country? Has the standard of my life improved in any ways? In any ways? Can I even shock you right now? People who do 2 jobs now cannot live through. If you're doing 2 jobs now, you can't even survive. If you're not able to do 3 or more jobs right now, well, I don't know about you. You may be one of the few who probably can't even survive. If you're not able to do 3 or more jobs right now, well, I don't know about you. You may be one of the few who probably do not even know what's going on. But right now, the 2 jobbers speak. Where do we go from here? We got you, please.
I remain my humble self or more tired teaching you from Galadima. I greet the callers and listeners of this session. All protocols duly observed. You see, very quickly, Dr. Woodward.
Yeah.
Very quickly, Dr. Woodward.
Yeah.
Nobody is painting us black, sir.
Okay.
How much evidence to test the truth that nobody is painting us black, nobody is telling us, trying to make us feel terrible. Rather, we are terrible.
Okay.
Dr. Woodward, just recently, a lady in Lagos. Oh, this is not a white lady. She's a Nigerian, full-blooded Nigerian. In fact, serving in the National Corps, National Youth Corps. She came out to say the president's policies and attitudes are terrible. How much more do we need? Crying here and there? People wailing? We are not in a war situation. People can't eat, they can't feed, no house, nothing. Natural disasters hitting us left and right. Palliatives that are being released from the federal government on air, that you only hear them on the news. Are we supposed to be talking about palliatives? We are so blessed with natural resources, everything. Look, sir, his policies are terrible. In fact, himself, the people he surrounds himself with as the president, cabinet, are terrible people. Don't let anybody deceive you to make you feel anybody trying to paint us black. From the indices you see on a daily basis, does it not tell you that we are terrible? We are running a terrible government currently.
Omotayo.
It's like more hardened than that of the military.
Yeah,
That's why you see a lot of people wishing for the military instead of the democracy.
Yeah,
this thing we call democracy. I don't.
Omotayo, let me ask you, what should be the way forward now? What should it be? What should it be to make things right?
The way forward should.
Okay. I believe it's a network and all, but yeah, I think we should really think about that. What should be the way? Is it in policy, right policy taking? Is it policies now? What should be the way forward? Is it resource control? What should be the way forward? Are we lapdogs to the international economy? The big players, world economic players, are we lapdogs to them? Is it something that we are not doing rightly? I mean, these are the questions I was gonna, pose to our guest, but it doesn't seem as though the network is being fair this morning. Hopefully, we would look into this, another time, and really dissect it, even further.
My brother.
Good morning.
Good morning, Elder Onoja is my name.
Elder Onoja, where are you calling from?
The way out.
Where are you calling from, Elder Onoja?
I'm calling from Cuba in Abuja here.
All right, the way out, Elder Onoja. The way
The
forward.
way out.
Yes.
See, the politicians, they are the great problem to this Nigeria. They are the great problem to us. I want to ask Nigeria, during the military rule, are we suffering all this? I'm not calling for military rule.
Right.
You see, what will surprise me, my president now, the president of this country was a member of NEDECO. Holding us function during the military rule, we don't allow Babangida to sleep in the night. He was agent of NEDECO in America. He went before Abacha came. Abacha came, was Abacha's next until Abacha died. Before this he came. And then this man happened to come and be a president of Nigeria, the agent of NEDECO, hold the country ration on this, make inflation to be in this. All what he was saying by that time. When he was coming to government, everybody was so happy that Tinubu is a member of NEDECO. And then NEDECO, they know what to do. They are very intelligent people. They are the people who pursue ministry out. They are going to bring a better government for us. This subsidy were removed. He bring inflation to Nigeria. There's no any amount of talking where they don't talk. Begging. He refused to remove the subsidy. He removed the inflation in the market, inflation everywhere. You see the way out, unless you see any corrupt country, now youth they change them. Okay. Any corrupt country, don't go. Now youth they change them, but youth in Nigeria we are not serious. If you say today the government is not going to move, it's not going to move because we are the people in this Nigeria. You don't expect that somebody who has been from 70, this is the age of 70 to go and change the country for you. It remains for you to change the country. If not so, this type of politician we have in this country, they can never do anything for us. They can never do anything for us. What they are doing now, they are talking about 2007, when they killing everywhere. All the advice where we security help giving to them the way out. Nobody listening to us. The type of plan we have in this country, they have nothing to give to us.
All right,
Elder. For you to change the country. Thank you very much. God bless you.
All right, Elder right there says, well, it's the youth. It's all in your hands now. The youth. You don't expect someone who's 70 years old to come and change the country for you, to fix your economy for you. No, it's you. You are the youth. You should fix it, right? But let's go take this voice note though, right here via the WhatsApp portal. Okay, we'll just take this one and see where it takes us.
Good morning, my barrister.
Good morning to you. Yeah.
This is Bunian from Jabi.
Right.
Yes, a very big round of applause to the presidency. Yeah. A very big round of applause to them. Yes, you can all see. Nigeria is open. Yeah. Everywhere is safe. People are enjoying. There is no electricity everywhere. The roads are booming. The economy is booming. People are happy. Nigerians are happy. Yes, Nigeria is working, and the President Tinubu is working properly. Yes. They should clap for themselves.
Okay.
Nigeria, it's time to wake up. Have a blessed day. My barrister.
Obunaya right there says Nigeria is working. Oh yes, the reforms are working. Relax. Everything will be fine. But I think I hear sarcasm in what he said. But I see Emma Future from Dutse now. It says, you know why these appointees of Bola Tinubu are busy defending their paymaster? It's because they are benefiting from the so-called reforms they're talking about. They're living in affluence, so they are not feeling what average Nigerians are facing. Ever since APC comes to power since 2015, Nigerians have been. Can they tell us what they used the saved monies from fuel subsidy removal for? Yet they keep borrowing and sharing it within themselves. We are not happy with them because every day has been so difficult in this country. Turkenby Hundu right now says, good morning, Daniel. Good morning to you too, Turkenby. Says, I'm listening from Nasarawa State. This issue of economic reform pets me so much under Tinubu government. Anytime it's mentioned, there are other presidents who assumed power. Same with Mr. President, who are also making reforms. Example, Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traore, I think, making reforms, but his people are eating and clapping for him despite the saying that military government is bad. Instead of Tinubu reforms to reform the economy, the reform has reformed the poor masses. Many Nigerians don't know where their next meal will come from. Daniel, someone should tell Mr. President, his government is not performing well. Things are bad and terrible, Turkenby says. All right, Turkenby, and that's why we're saying you should say it now, and we're saying it collectively, together. And this is by no means to discredit this administration. This is to sound that wake-up alarm, give a wake-up call, and say, Presidency, if Afenifere is the one saying this, as a Pan-African group, imagine what the other groups from the other region are saying. Maybe you should listen to all of these groups and see for yourself, compare and contrast, and ask yourself, are they saying the same things? If they are saying the same thing, shouldn't we go back to the drawing board, speak with our principal, help him in ways that would help the administration as well as alleviate the state of the Nigerian economy and put it on a pedestal? We used to be the largest economy in Africa. I doubt that we're still the largest economy in Africa. But even if that name still follows us, just like the giant of Africa is still following us till tomorrow, I also believe that Africa and Africans and us, we know that it might just be superficial, just a name. What then is and yet cannot yield, tap, maximize the resources of its potential? Some question, right? Well, we'll put a pause to this. This conversation, hopefully, we may have or might have tomorrow. But then, the best that we will say is that there is a need for a new policy. There is a need to sample the thoughts of Nigerians. There is a need to revisit why we are where we are today. Where were we in the last 5 years, or 10 years, or even 3 years? And how can we even become better rather than grow worse? My name is Udwak Daniel, and thank you for all of your contributions. We'll have a